Good morning all of you. In this class I am going to explain you syntax directed translation. So in this syntax directed translation I am going to explain you about these points. The first one is what is meant by syntax directed definition. And the second one is the evolution orders for syntax directed definition. SDD, syntax directed definition. And the third one is applications. And the fourth one is syntax directed translation schemes. So it is the second part of the third unit. The first part is, in the third unit, the first part is about the bottom up parser, like what is meant by shift reduce parser and LR parsers like SLR, CLR and LALR. So these comes under the first part. In the second part, about the syntax directed translation. In the examination point of view, the question may come, the A bit is maybe SLR, CLR, LALR and B bit is related to syntax directed translation. So this is also a very important topic. So what is meant by syntax directed translation? So here the translation means we are concentrating, it is the translation of a language. We are talking about the translation of a language which was guided by the context-free grammar. So here in this class or in this topic we are going to learn about the translation techniques. What is meant by translation techniques? And these translation techniques are applicable or used to for the next classes, coming classes. That is, one is type checking and the second one is intermediate code generator. Now, the first one is the syntax directed definition specifies the values of attributes by associating semantic rules with the grammar productions. That means here the input is the grammar, that is the production. Suppose here the grammar is E2 E plus T. So we have total two non-terminal symbols. One is E and another one is T. So this is a subscript 1. So both are same. Just in the difference point of view, we have to give the subscript value, that is E1. So in the given production, we have total two non-terminal symbols, E and T. The SDT means it specifies the values of the attributes by associating rule. So here each and every symbol having some value. Suppose in this case, this one we can call it as a semantic rule. So in this case, code is an attribute. We are using the code is an attribute. So you can represent like this: E dot code, E1 dot code, T dot code, and then plus. So here we have to perform the concatenation. Now we will see the definition. So this is the first part. The first part is syntax directed definition. So the syntax directed definition, that is SDD, is a context-free grammar together with attributes and rules. So SDD means nothing but the input is a context-free grammar, and the context-free grammar means it contains some set of symbols. So we have to write the attributes and rules. The attributes and rules. It is a combination of attributes and rules. So the first one is the attribute. So here the attributes are nothing but it is associated with the grammar symbols. It is associated with the grammar symbols, like suppose here the grammar symbols are E, T plus, ET plus, where plus is a operator. So E, T, not terminals, grammar symbols. So attributes are associated with grammar symbols. Generally we are taking the non-terminal symbols. And the second one is the rules. So here rules are associated with productions. rules are associated with productions. So SDT means it is a context-free grammar. It is a context-free grammar together with attributes and rules. So the context-free grammar, it is a combination of attributes and rules. So what is meant by attribute means? So here the attribute means nothing but it is associated with the grammar symbols, and the rules means nothing but it is associated with the productions. The productions and the grammar symbols. The next one, suppose for example take if X is a symbol. If X is a symbol, what type of symbol? It may be, it is a non-terminal symbol. So X is a symbol and A is one of its attribute, and A is a attribute name. A is the attribute name. Suppose in this grammar the attribute is code. Code is a attribute. Okay. Now here I am taking one attribute, that is A. So X is a grammar symbol. X is a grammar symbol and A is a attribute. A is a attribute. Then we can write X dot A. We can write X dot A. Grammar symbol dot attribute value, like this. Grammar symbol attribute value. Grammar symbol attribute value. Grammar symbol attribute value. X dot A. X dot A. So the meaning of X dot A is it denotes the value of a particular parse tree. Value of a particular parse tree. Node label X. Low label X. Okay. So this is the meaning of X dot A. So X dot A meaning is it is the value of a particular node. What type of node? X is a node. Okay. So SDT means it is a context-free grammar in the combination of attributes and rules. The attributes means it is nothing but associated with grammar symbols, and the rules are associated with productions. Suppose if you take any symbol, in this case X is a symbol and A is a one attribute value, then we can represent like this, X dot A. So what is the meaning of X dot A means? The value of a particular parse tree at node X. Okay. And the next one, continuation. So here the attributes. See, in this case we are talking about the attributes. What is attribute? Attribute means it is associated with the grammar symbols. So in this example, I am taking attribute is A, whereas in this case the attribute value is code. So in this case A. So the attributes, what are the attributes? So there are different types of attributes are there. We can represent in different ways. So here the attributes may be any kind of, one is numbers. Number is a one attribute. Next one, types is a one attribute. Next one, table references, another attribute. Strings, another attribute. Okay. So all these are the attributes. We can represent numbers, types, table references and strings, whatever it is. So all these are the attributes. And the next one is the strings may even be long sequence of code, say code in the intermediate language used by a compiler. So that means actually this part will come under the fourth unit, the intermediate code generator. Okay. So the code is become input to the intermediate code generator. And the next important point is, so in SDD, in syntax directed definition, we can represent some attributes and rules. So here we have, there are two types of attributes for a non-terminals. For non-terminals, because I have already mentioned that here X is a symbol. Symbol means it is a non-terminal symbol. So the symbol it is a symbol and A is an attribute value. How to represent? Like X dot A. So it is an attribute value. So total how many attributes are there? Different attributes are there. One is the numbers, types, table reference or strings. Now we are discussing about the types of the attributes. The types of attributes. There are two types. Two types of attributes for a particular non-terminal symbol. So the first one is synthesized attribute. First one is synthesized attribute. And the second one is inherited attribute. Second one is inherited attribute. So it is very, very important, these two are. The previous question paper they asked about explain the different types of attributes. So you have to write synthesized attribute and inherited attribute. Sometimes they may ask only synthesized attribute or only inherited attribute. So from an examination point of view, it is very, very important question. Explain about the types of attributes. Now we will see one by one. So what is the first attribute? Synthesized attribute. Now this is about the synthesized attribute. So this is the definition of the synthesized attribute. So first I will explain with one example. After that again come back and discuss about this definition. So in this attribute, that is in this synthesized attribute, we are mainly concentrating on this point. So a synthesized attribute at node n is defined only in terms of attribute values at the children of n and n itself. These two are very important points. So in the synthesized means we are concentrating on the children of n and yet n itself. What is meant by n? N means nothing but it's a node. It's a node. If you take one particular node, then synthesized means we are concentrating on that node itself and the children. We are taking only these two, children and the parent, nothing but parent itself. So we are taking these 2 points, n itself and children of n. Suppose take one example. So it is a syntax directed definition of a simple desk calculator. So the production and the semantic rules. Suppose here this is the context free grammar. The production means nothing but the context free grammar. Here the context free grammar contains total 7 productions. What is the first production? L to En. Next one E2, E plus T. Just the difference point of view, give the subscript value 1. So both are same, E only. Next one E2 T. Next one T2, T star F. T to F, F to E and then F to ID. So here N indicates that. So here N indicates that right N marker. N means right N markers. That means after the evolution of the expression. After the evolution of the expression stored in E, followed by N means terminate it. The evolution is completed and display the result. So N indicates that like that. So N means it is the right N marker. And next one. So I have already mentioned that in SDD. So each and every grammar symbol have associated with attribute. So attribute means different attributes are there. Number, see. These are the attributes. Numbers, types, table references or strings. So here in this case we are using only one attribute value, that is val. Val is one attribute value. And also we are using one more attribute value, that is lexical value. It is used for the integers, numbers. Okay. So total we are using 2 attributes. One is a val and another one is lex val. Now it is a synthesized attribute. So synthesized attribute means like, suppose L to En means you can write L dot val equal to E dot val. No need to write n. So here n means the right end marker. After the completion of the evolution, that will be displayed here only. Entire value stored in E followed by n. N means it displays the value, that is E value, total value. Next one, E to E plus T. So it is a simple arithmetic operator. So in this case we are using only two operators. One is addition and second one is the multiplication, because it is a calculator. In the calculator we are taking only two operations. One is plus and another one is the star. So E dot val equal to E1 dot val plus T dot val. And one more thing is synthesizer means we are concentrating on how to construct a tree means. One is, suppose if you take node n is a node. So synthesizer means we are concentrating on only 2 points. One is n itself and second one is children of n. We are concentrating on only these 2 points. Next one, E to T. E dot val equal to T dot val. Next to T dot val equal to T dot val into F dot val. T dot val equal to F dot val. F2 E dot val. So no need to consider the parenthesis. Next one, F2 digit. That means F dot val equal to digit dot lex value, because it is a integer. So in this case we are using the attribute is lex val. So this is the simple desktop definition, SDD definition. So total 2 columns. The first column is the given grammar, that is the production, and this is the semantic rules. Now this is the parse tree. Draw a tree, not a parse tree, it is a annotated parse tree. Annotated parse tree. So parse tree, annotated parse tree for 3 star 5 plus 4 n. So all of you know that, suppose here the grammar, this is the grammar, these are the productions, and we have to derive the input string is 3 star 5 plus 4 n. So how to derive it? So all of you know about the leftmost derivations and rightmost derivations. So based on that, first we have to perform either RMD or LMD. After that we have to draw the parse tree. So first all of you draw the parse tree for 3 star 5 plus 4 n. This is not a parse tree, it is a annotated parse tree. I will explain you what is the difference between the parse tree and annotated parse tree. So first all of you draw a parse tree for 3 star 5 plus 4 n. 3 star 5 plus 4 n. So we have two operators. One is plus, second one is star. Two operators. So first one. So this is the first production. So what is the starting symbol? L. So L to E, N. So all of you know that each symbol represents one node. Whether it is a terminal or not terminal, whatever it is, each symbol represents one node. So first starts with the starting symbol of the grammar, that is L. So L means E, N. So L to E, N. So N over. What about the remaining part? The remaining part contains 2 operators and 3 operands. Now, even though N is a terminal symbol, no need to, it is not possible to add productions. Where E is a non-terminal symbol. Now E is replaced with, now E having total 2 productions. We can choose E plus T or T. Which one? So first select E plus T, because we have to derive star plus 2 operators. So E to E plus T. So E plus T. So plus T. So plus 4 over. Next one star. So first E. Again E means E plus T. Already plus is over. Next one, second option. You can give the second option, that is E to T. E to T. Next one. T to, again we have 2 options. One is T star F and second one is F. So first select T star F, because derive 3 star 5. So T star F. Next one T. Now select T means F. Next, what is F? F2E and F2 digit. We have to select F2 digit only because there is no E. E is not required. So F2 digit. So F2 digit. So here F2 digit. For example, digit star digit, like digit star digit, plus T. Again T means take F. Again, what is F? Digit. What is F? Digit. So this is the parse tree. This is the parse tree. For example, take this digit value is 3. For example, take this digit value is 3 and this digit value is 5 and this digit value is 4. If you combine the leaf nodes, what is the value? 3 star 5 plus 4 n. This one. So we derived the string is 3 star 5 plus 4 n. So this is the parse tree. But I want to derive the annotated parse tree. And also this is the one of the example for the synthesizer attribute. So what is meant by synthesizer attribute? In the synthesizer attribute means we are concentrating on the children and node itself. That too it is a bottom to top, bottom up approach. Because see F2 digit. Now what is meant by digit? It is a bottom up approach. Because if you observe what is the last statement, F2 digit. How to write this value, digit value? So in the semantic rules, so the F dot value is equal to digit dot lex value. That means, so this is digit dot lex value. So this one is digit dot lex value. So what is the value? 3. Same way here also, F dot value equal to digit dot lex value. So here the lex value equal to 5. Same way digit dot lex value. So the children value is 3 in this case. In this case the children value is 5. In this case the children is 4. So children part is over. Next one, node itself. Suppose here the production is like this, F2 digit. F2 digit. The semantic rule is F dot value equal to digit dot lex value. That means, so F dot val. What is this F dot val? F dot value equal to digit dot lex value. So what is the value? Digit dot lex value 3. So this node value is 3. Same way, F dot value equal to, what is the value? Digit dot lex value 5. F dot value equal to 4. So it is a bottom up approach. Next one. Now what is the root node? T. This value T. So what is this value? T to F. The production is T to F. So what is the value? T dot value equal to F dot value. So in this case the T dot value equal to F dot value. What is the value? 3. Okay. Now the root element is, the parent is T. Here the parent is T. That means the production is T to T star F. So T to T star F means what is the value? How to compute it? T dot value equal to T dot val into F dot val. So here the T dot value equal to T star F, nothing but 3 into 5. So this value is 15. Okay. Next one. How to get this value? So E to T. So E to T, what is the value? E dot value equal to T dot value. So E dot value equal to T dot value. What is the T dot value? 15. Same way T to F. T to F. T dot value equal to F dot value. So T dot value equal to F dot value. That is nothing but 4. Next one, how to get this value? E2, E plus T. So E2, E plus T. So E dot value equal to addition of E dot value and T dot value. That means 15 plus 4. So this value 15 plus 4 means 19. And then L to En, L dot value equal to E dot value. That means, so L dot value equal to E dot value, that is 19. N means it display the value 19. So in this way, we have constructed the annotated parse tree. So before one is the parse tree and this is the annotated parse tree. So what is the difference between the parse tree and annotated parse tree means? Suppose like L2 E N, E means T, E means E plus T, next E2 T, T means T star F, F T means F, F2 digit, same way F2 digit, so T2 F, F2 digit. Suppose this is 3, this is 5 and this is the 4. So it is a parse tree. It is a parse tree. But annotated parse tree means each and every node having some value. Each and every node having some value. Suppose this node value is 3, this node value is 3, this is 3, this is 15, 15, 19 like that. This one. So digit dot next value is 3, 3, 3, 15. 15, 4, 4, 4, 19, 19. So this is the parse tree. So all of you know very well about the parse trees and how to draw the parse tree very well. But the synthesized attribute means, how to construct a synthesized attribute means it is a bottom-up approach. Starts with leaf node and moves towards to the starting symbol of the grammar. So this is the approach. In this approach, we are concentrating on only 2 points. One is the children node, one is the children, and second one is the N itself. So the synthesized attribute means nothing but for a non-terminal A, at a parse tree, node N is defined by a semantic rule associated with the production at N. Nothing but, suppose like E2 E plus T. So how to get that E dot value? First we have to compute this value and then this value. After that we have to perform the action, then only you will get this value. Production at N, and then the production must have A as its head. So here the synthesized attribute means we are concentrating on these 2 points like this one. So it is a bottom-up approach. So in this way we have constructed the annotated parse tree. So here the annotated parse tree means each and every node having some value. Parse tree means there is no value, only nodes are there. So this is about the synthesized attribute. In the next class we will discuss about the second attribute, that is inherited attribute. Thank you.